Hello and welcome to Library Salad. Today's episode is The Buzz About Bees and Honey, brought to you by the Monroeville Public Library in Pennsylvania. Hi, I'm Alice, and yes, we're going to be talking about bees, especially honeybees, and all that they do for us. So, first, I want to give a connection into library and bees because I've done this book art, and it's simply taking a book, happened to be about gardening, and with an X-Acto knife came up with all this because the library does do a lot of expos and events outside in the community, and we've got some coming up about healthy eating and healthy lifestyle, so this is going to do the trick. Said we were going to talk about honeybees. Why are they called honeybees? They're bees and they make honey. Hopefully you're still following. So when you think of bees though, sometimes people think right away about being stung. Honeybees don't really want to sting you. Only if they feel that you're threatening them, that their lives are in danger, or the hives is, will they actually sting. They will only sting once because after they sting that one time, they actually die. So, they are really more our friends. And speaking of, if you want to learn more about our friends the bees, we've got here right from the library, Bees, A Honeyed History by Socha. Okay, a lot of interesting facts in that one. Specifically, bees, when you think of bees, think of food. Because of the fact that every one mouth, hold on, wait, I'm sorry. I want to get this right. Okay, they're responsible for 1 out of 3 bites of food that we have. If we go to the book, you're going to see, not this page, but back in this one, the different foods that bees actually pollinate. This is a fruits and vegetables that actually need bees to grow. Interesting fact is that they also pollinate plants that have cotton on them. So not only do bees take care of the food that we eat, but clothes that we wear and other things around the house. Honeybees are really very important and do a lot of cool things. They live in hives, and here's a picture of different hives. Some of these, actually most of these are man-made, but you also find other places to make their hives. It's a really cute one, even like a little, I think that's the cutest one ever. And you might say, or if you've watched many episodes, you're sort of used to me wearing something on my head. What's up with the flowers? Well, now we not know the connection. And my grandson Vinny said to my daughter, Nana's gonna need this, and he bought it for me. Obviously Vinny was right, because here we are, I did need this for this actual episode. Again, cool book. Not only are honeybees very good flyers, okay? They actually do 200 beats per minute. That's a lot. Rich is going like this while holding the phone. He's very good at doing both at the same time. That's 30 years of experience, people. Okay, so if you go like this with me, I'd be very interested to see how many people, that's right, are playing along and having a good time. Probably very few. All right, what else have we got? Oh, bees actually clean their hives. They clean their homes. Not like with little brushes, but they clean it because they understand the fact that the hive has to be healthy in order for everything to be produced. Now, honey obviously has been around for a long time. I mean, the bees predate the dinosaurs. So even when archaeologists had found all of the ancient Egyptian tombs, they found pots of honey in the tombs, and the honey was very well preserved. So honey does not have a shelf life. It could be used for a long time. You may notice sometimes that honey has crystals and it gets a little thicker. That's usually in the wintertime. It's colder, just like the same way that we've got molasses gets thicker in the winter for the same reason, and that's why you have the expression as slow as molasses in winter. See how much we learn. This is not a pound of honey, but to make 1 pound of honey, a bee actually has to pollinate, go to 2 million flowers. And to get there, has to travel a total of 50,000 miles. My question, what comes up in my mind for all of that new data, it's not new, but maybe new to us, it was new to me, is that how do they then sell this for a couple of bucks? Why isn't this like $100 or something for all those bees to go flying that far to get that amount of honey? Speaking of flying far for that, let me just leave you with a true story. And this is from the New York Times. Reported that in 2010, beekeepers in Brooklyn, New York, were very perplexed when they took the honey from the hive and found out the honey was bright red. Not only was it bright red, but it actually was extremely sweet. And you say, sweeter than honey? Yes, this is almost like cough syrup sweet. So they did some research, asked questions around, and found out what their bees were doing were taking a shortcut. Instead of the 50,000 miles for all this, the bees went to a local maraschino cherry factory and were not diving, because I don't think they could get out, but going into that syrup. Instead of pollinating a flower, they went into that syrup, and the bright red color ended up in their honey. So, fun fact there. Hope you enjoyed it. And remember, Google which flowers that the bees love to pollinate so that we can keep these bees going. So that's the buzz. See you soon.